Welcome back to Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management A to Z 2.0. Today we got the letter I for you, and I is for ignore, but do not ignore this episode.
So what does ignore mean? We've gone ahead and navigated to feature management. Click on the All tab and I will filter for the word ignore. And we can see a feature called Ignore Specific Transaction Types Using Planning Optimization. This feature was added about a year ago for planning optimization, and it gives us more flexibility of how to configure our master plans in case there are transactions that we do not want to include in our master planning calculations. Okay, so here we are on our master plans, and now that that parameter has been enabled, we have four new extra parameters on the master plan itself that can be enabled. We have include sales orders, include transfer orders, include purchase returns, and include retail sales orders. So a different I word include. The feature management is called ignore. The parameters are called include. All I words, all good. Let's talk a little bit about these and why you would want to enable or disable these on your master plans. Sales orders. Do we want to include sales orders in the master planning calculation or not? Seems fairly obvious. Most of us using master planning would. If you are a production company that doesn't rely on sales orders to drive your master plan, if it's purely driven off of a forecast, maybe you wouldn't want to include that parameter. Most manufacturing companies, I would imagine, would have this selected. Then on transfer orders, do we want to include transfer orders or do we want to replenish, assuming those have not been included in our calculation? The third one, include purchase returns. So similar to how sales RMA, sometimes it's tricky. You have returns coming back from customers and you need to determine, is this inventory acceptable to go out on another sales order for another customer? Should it be nettable or not? This is for things we're getting back from vendors for exchanges. If we're shipping vendors goods that we sent back to them because they didn't meet our standards or were damaged, and they are in turn going to send us back inventory to replace that. Do we want to include that in an MRP calculation or not? This would be more common with high value items where you typically wouldn't be getting an immediate replacement. Finally, include retail sales orders. If we're using retail and commerce, do we want to include those sales orders in the master planning calculation as well? Also with the letter I is many of the parameters and configurations that we have on the master plans. These are going to be the main controls for your inputs. Include on-hand inventory, include inventory transactions, include sales quotations, include requests for quotations, supply and demand forecast, what is included and what is ignored in our planning calculations. A lot of master planning configuration and control is about that. What do we include? What do we exclude? What do we ignore? So that is it for the letter I. See you next time for Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain Management A to Z 2.0.